So, where did it all start? Does anybody really know? The whole political correctness thing. And what was the purpose? Well, one thing I do know for sure is that it has created a bevy of settlers. We're all settlers, every one of us. We all seem to just settle for however things come. I'm going to read this and then I want to give my commentary, of course. And yeah, let me give you the whole screen. And then after I give you the whole screen, I'm going to make it a little bigger so that you guys can follow along as we usually do. This is an old article, right? Came out a while back, possibly when you could say what you wanted to. Well, there it is, right at the eve, at the end of one into another. So it was July 18th, 2020. But here we go. Political correctness is destroying America, just not how you think. The vast majority of political correctness in America is conservative, so they say. And they say it at this time that it was extremely dangerous. So, what am I talking about specifically? I'm talking about how right is now wrong and how wrong is now right. Please take what I'm saying. I'm talking specifically about how right is now wrong and wrong is now right. The things that are normal, that are supposed to be physiologically normal, mentally normal, balanced, the principles that are placed here, like little building blocks. It's amazing to me how we allow the thought processes of others to bully us into thinking their way. But this is the danger of political correctness. But this article is going into the dangers the opposite way, meaning those who are conservative are so dangerous. And yet, what is destroying the fabric of America right now has nothing to do with conservatism. Let's get into the story. Let's just get into it. America today faces a terrifying danger: political correctness. It is an existential threat, not just to the United States, but all of human civilization. I also want to talk about civilization. I want to talk about civilization today as well. So, this is going to be a couple of facets. By this, obviously, the writer says, I mean right wing political correctness. Maybe you're surprised to hear this. In the United States media, there is no shortage of lamentations about political correctness and how it chills debate. But they're almost always about the threat of left wing PC. Well, yeah, that's because that's what we're dealing with right now. This right here, the mental illness and the lunatics have now taken over the asylum. In reality, it says political correctness or cancel culture or whatever it's called is not a phenomenon of the left or the right or the center. It is a phenomenon of human nature. All humanity's infinite tribes are prone to groupthink and pushing or punishing heretics, punishing the heretics. That's why the principle of free thought has to be defended. It is unfortunately a weird and unnatural fit for humans, it says. There absolutely are examples of ugly political correctness from the United States left, whatever that means in a country that, by historical standards, doesn't have a left. But the vast majority of political correctness in America is conservative. Conservative political correctness is so powerful in the United States, this author writes, that much of it is adopted by both political parties and all of the corporate media. Indeed, right wing political correctness is so dominant that it's politically incorrect to refer to it as political correctness. Instead, we call it things like partisanism or simply don't notice its existence. It goes on to say in this article, a full examination of America's conservative political correctness culture would take the rest of your life to read. So let's limit this to 4 areas where the right's PC causes some of the most harm: religion, foreign policy, the Republican Party, and the police. Now, I'm going to leave this down below for you in the description. because this is what I am basing my commentary on today, this particular thought process. Now, here's the deal. We have fought so hard to be politically correct as those who are conservative, as those who fear the Father in heaven, the Most High. We have desired in such a way to fit in that we've literally made everything that is wrong right. Everybody who got issues, everybody who has problems, we have allowed them by way of this phrase, well, whatever you do in your house, that's your business. Or whatever you do, that's your business. Just don't bring it over here to me. We have allowed that phrase to take up residence in our mind to where when we saw things that were wrong, we did not make a complete stance. We didn't take a stand. No, we didn't. And now we find ourselves, whether it be online or whether it be in family gatherings, we find ourselves having to take down and be real DUMB, just dumb. Don't say one word when we see things that are wrong because we don't want to offend anybody. That has been our issue. And that is the reason why we're in our problems right now today, because everybody had to be a settler. Well, let me just settle. Well, let me just agree to disagree. And then we just don't say anything. We have been bullied into believing and to following what is wrong. We've been bullied into it. Think about it. Everything that the weird individuals or everything that the folks that, do things opposite of the fabric of what we are and who we are, we actually now bow down to it. And the only place that we complain is to one another. Think about that. That's the only place that we complain is to one another. This morning in the car, I made an audio. It's about a few minutes. And I want to let you guys hear it because this is what I think. And there's only one way to let you hear this, right? Only one way to let you know what I thought. Let me give it to you. I'm going to give it to you guys, errors and all. All right. I didn't edit it. Not going to edit it. Not going to edit it. I'm just going to let you guys hear it because I thought about this while I was having my coffee. And I was like, you know what? It's really a trip because a lot of people do not know what's really going on. We sort of just go along to get along. Well, here it is. It's not breaking news, but let's go. Oh, how do I do this? A new device. Oh, there we go. You got a weird mentality. One that forces you to settle. You have a vision, you can see it, but then you're afraid to get to that vision. So, if you want a Rolls Royce, you begin to take the car you got and turn it into one. You ever seen that? You ever seen somebody driving down the street and they got a car that's got like a bumper from one kind of car, and then they've got like this little fairing on the back of it from another, like trying to turn it into a sports car. And it's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we do in all situations. We do this with relationships. We try to fix everything. We settle for stuff. And not only do we settle for stuff, we actually take the time to turn wrong into right. And right into wrong. We want everybody to hail us a hero when we do. You really wanted that sports car, didn't you, sir? And now you got that minivan pimped out. If it wasn't for you and these 13 kids we had together, I would have had my Z28. That's what we do. We get mad at people. We get angry at folks. We yell people down. We shout them down, especially the internet people. The internet people are the most amazing because on the internet, they're this big, powerful tower of strength, a paragon of perfection. And then you see us in our everyday lives and you're like, well, damn. That's a settler. They settled. Not only did they settle, they don't believe in any of the stuff they say while they're on the internet. Oh my gosh. Political correctness has caused a train wreck. An absolute train wreck on this planet. Nobody tells the truth anymore. Nobody has any morals. And nobody believes what they truly and honestly used to believe. Their core fabric has been totally dismantled, completely destroyed. I used to say that if you take a pair of Levi's jeans, or just jeans in general, and you cut them a certain way, you can turn them into a myriad of garments. You can turn it into a purse if you got some ingenuity. You can turn them into a pair of shorts. You can turn them into a skirt. You can do a lot of stuff with one pair of jeans if you've got the mindset to be creative. Conversely, my thought process was, if you take that denim material, you can never change it. Oh boy. But when I tell you that life and society today has completely changed that mindset, it has completely changed that mindset. Because what they're doing now is they're literally going beyond the whole, I can turn it into a pair of, shorts, to let me unravel the actual fabric of what you believe. And we assist. Because we allow people to shame us into their mental illness. We allow people to shame us into their mental depravity. We do that, and then we walk around unhappy, displeased, and disgruntled with life because we've settled. We've got the heart of a settler. And we don't know why. We don't understand. We're afraid and ashamed to say what we truly believe in and let it settle. We're ashamed. I used to like the Archie Bunkers of the world. That character. I used to love the Red Foxes, the Fred Sanfords of the world. That character. Say what they mean and mean what they say, and they don't give a dang what anybody else believes. They don't give a dang about what anybody else has to say about what it is they think. They say it and that's it. I'm encouraging you today to say it and be it. To just, and let that be it. I think that's so important. I know it's important. I'm not going to be, I think. I know it's important. It's important to be able to say what you think and let it rest. And let the person who heard it deal with it. Why? Maybe it'll help them. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we don't even have the same moral fortitude or the intestinal fortitude that we had then. We don't. At least then we knew what we believed and we stood 10 toes on it. Now, all somebody has to do is blow on us, or the wind blow one way and we go that way, or the wind blow that way and we go the other way. Unstable in all of our ways, unstable in our mind, unstable in our lives, unstable in our conversations, unstable in our relationships, unstable in our marriage, unstable as being a parent, unstable as being an employee, unstable because we move from the right and to the left. Everything somebody brings us because we want to be accepted and we want them to think that we accept them. We begin to now waver. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. That ain't cool. Political correctness. Whoo! 2 words has stabbed all of us in the back. And now everybody who's supposed to have the moral compass of this world is all sitting in the corner crying like a crybaby. Because they want everyone to understand, believe, and listen to them when they don't even know what they believe anymore. And that's what I believe. That's the deal. Process was, that's it. Take that denim material, you can never change. See, I don't know how to stop this thing. This is a new device that I've been playing with, but let me come back on screen. But to be honest with you, that's the deal. That's the issue. And that's what I want to encourage everybody today. You saw what they thought back in 2020. And in the past 2 years, they have literally dismantled every single thing that was left. They have beat you upside the head. They have got you feared, you in the corner, feared, all by yourself. Everybody's scared. Nobody is being real anymore. Nobody. Why? Because they use one specific mechanism that is within our makeup to prevent us from being real. And that is, you don't want anybody to say you're being difficult. They try to make you ashamed of speaking the truth. It's daylight, I think, but it might not be. It might not be daylight. It's raining. Well, but I mean, do you think it's raining? You do? Okay, good. We're all right. All right. This sounds like it's a storm outside, though. Doesn't sound like a storm. Well, nope, no storm. Boy, those lights went out really quickly. Whoo, what's that loud clapping outside? But there's no storm. Look here. Knock it off. Knock it off. Knock it off. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. It's a pig. It doesn't, just because you stick lipstick on it, don't mean you can date it. But in a minute, they're going to make you, if you do not stand up and say, what's right? This is right. That's wrong. No, sweetie. It is a storm. No, dear. That is the sun. Oh, well, yeah. It's daylight. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm here to say today, knock it off. Let it go. Don't buy into it. Don't allow people to beat you into it. Don't allow people to make you feel like you're crazy or you tripping or you're wrong because you say what is absolutely right. The whole PC culture was made to dismantle the core fabric of humanity. Because no matter who you are, no matter what you believe, no matter what God you serve, there are some core principles that cannot be, should not be tampered with. And it doesn't matter who you are. Once you begin to mess with the principles, you destroy everything. Look at the DNA itself. When something is entered into the DNA, it literally begins to mess up who the person is, right? There are things that you can do to the body that will tamper, like with trauma, different things that can literally mess it up. Well, then that's what you're doing. You're inserting something. Hair coloring. For all of us who here that do hair or that know something about hair, you know that all you got to do is to rearrange the hair. All you got to do is go into that cortex, go down to where the hair really lives. You can rearrange a single strand of hair from the cortex. You can make us blonde. You can make us a brunette. You can make our hair red. Why? Because we went right down there into the core and we rearranged the actual hair or the actual nature from the inside out. Please hear me. Stand up and say what's right. Do not bite your tongue. Now, some would say, but I don't want to be rude. Honey, sometimes the truth hurts. It's just that lately, no one's been offended. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for taking the last few minutes to listen to me vent. This is my perspective, and 10 toes on it I'll stand. Just who I am. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us this morning for the last few minutes. I want to encourage everybody to remember what we always say here on the Lockhart Perspective, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word, every principle, precept upon precept, every word that comes out of the mouth of the Most High. You guys take care of yourselves and continue to take care of one another. And until we see each other again, please continue to be blessed. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Lockhart Perspective. Helping you along the way. Helping you to make it through another day.